Hi. This is awkward. Okay, so you may have caught me on date number 4. If you haven't been following the story so far, I've already had 3 dates, obviously, with the VW ID Cross. We walked around the studio, and then we drove the concept, and then we took the covered version for a drive, and now this is date number 4, where it's now fully naked. And you've bought me coffee! Stop it! This is the guy you'd marry. This is the one you'd marry. I'm telling you, the GTI, the Polo GTI, that's the one that you take away on a weekend, you know what I'm saying? This is a reliable, lovely, bring you coffee kind of date. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, it's cold though. It's fine, it's lovely, thank you. Right, before we get cracking, let's have a recap of everything that we've learnt so far over our many, many dates. Right, this is the ID Cross. So it's basically the electric version of the T-Cross. Now, we can expect this to go up against the Ford Puma, the Mini Aceman, basically every SUV that Stellantis have to offer. Now, because I've already driven this, we know the battery numbers. So you've got a 37 kilowatt hour battery, that's good for 194 miles or 312 kilometres. You're welcome. Or you've got a 52 kilowatt hour battery. Now that is good for 271 miles or 436 kilometres. Now on paper, that is further than the Ford Puma and further than the Mini Aceman. So that's a good thing. You've got 3 power outputs. So you've got 116 horsepower, which is fine, 135 horsepower, also fine, and then 211 horsepower. Treat yourself. But we're here to talk about design today. Right, I mean, in terms of the production car, it kind of looks the same as the concept car, which is a good thing. There are a few differences that we've learnt along the way though, which I'm going to point out to you throughout this video. But we do have the nice long light bar along the front, the light up VW badge. They're going for a very recognisable face within VW now. So all of their cars will have that light up, proper VW design right at the front. Underneath here, there's a frunk, 22 litres. It's kind of long, you can get your cables in, but it is front wheel drive, so it's not going to be a big frunk, is it? That's because all the space is in the boot, pointing that out to you later. Wheels, we have the top spec style trim here, so they're 20 inches, but if you go to like the life trim, which is like the mid spec, they'll be about 18 inches. Your charge port is front right. Now, that might annoy some people because it means you've got to drive into your driveway if you have a driveway. If you do, good for you. Roof bars, that's an option on the top spec. You won't get those in the ID3 and that kind of thing. And then you've got what's going on at the rear. Now this has taken inspiration from the ID Buzz. Now in the concept version, these were lit up, but they're not in this. They're just taking that sort of style language from the Buzz. And then all VWs have got that kind of C-pillar, boof, boof, kind of like it. At the back, you now have the full light bar along the back, the light up badge, the whiskey glass style lights. That's literally what they said themselves in the presentation, is it reminds them of a whiskey glass. And I kind of like that. It's not a bad looking car, is it? It's very safe. It's very safe. You know what you're getting. You can't really go wrong with it. Although I have spotted a difference between the concept and this. And that's that opened the boot in the concept car, but they've just put in a normal boot opening. It's a bit boring, isn't it? Do you want to? Oh, it's not even electrified. Oh. Big boot. Actually, the numbers of this have got even bigger. So in the concept car, it was 450 litres, which I know you're going to probably put it up against the Puma, which is like the biggest boot in bootland in the history of boots. But this is now even bigger. So this is now 475 litres of space. Now, I don't know if you remember, but in the concept video, I wanted to get a body under the boot floor just to show that you can hide a body in here. I wanted to get Rob and put him in the boot, but they wouldn't let me do it because the car was partially made of clay. Well, this one isn't. So, wait there. Rob, electrifying. Rob's the third wheel in this relationship. Also, VW PR. This is how we treat the PR team. So, good. Right, the interior. I can finally show you materials, because when we drove the covered car, it was all just covered in blankets, but now we can see it, which is exciting. So the material on here and the stitching on here is now all completely finalised, and actually I think looks very nice. It depends on your family situation, because I'll be honest, what was that? Please realign the interior. Travel assist has been deactivated. Give it a minute. Lane, it depends on your family situation, because I don't think this is very wipe clean. I mean, it's all sustainable materials and kind of made out of fishing nets and all that kind of stuff. But I'm wondering how wipe clean this is going to be. I feel like spillages may be an issue on here, so you might want to go for a different material if you can, if you've got mucky kids. All right. Now, the steering wheel itself, I think, is very nice. It's actually quite nice on the hands. It is. And I quite like a steering wheel that's got a big gap at the bottom, because sometimes I'm lazy and I like to do this. We also now have different door handles, so they fold up like that, rather than like an old door handle, they fold up like that, because it keeps it neater and just keeps it as one big thing. And hey, everyone, we have actual window buttons. I know they teased it in the concept car, and it's so stupid to get excited about something so simple. But do you remember those touch-sensitive, haptic, rubbish things that they had in the old VWs? But now they've listened and they've changed it, and we have actual buttons and actual knobs to change your mirrors and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. We also have some buttons down here, which is stunning. Now, this is all for your climate controls and all that kind of thing, and then everything else is housed within the screen, apart from your volume knob, but everything else is housed within the screen. What the is happening? The screen is amazing. Now, you can have it as a normal menu and a normal map and normal things and Apple CarPlay and all of that stuff and your Android Auto or whatever, or you can have it retro, which is exactly what you'll want to do, and you'll want to keep it that way, and you'll want to keep that way, because it looks great. For me, it's the attention to detail. Now, I remember when I went in the Polo for the first time, and they showed us the maps, and the maps had like creases on it to kind of make it look like an old paper map. But then they realised that that wasn't quite working, and it was kind of affecting how the maps were looking and stuff while people were trying to follow. So instead, they've made it like an old TV screen. Do you remember the old boxy TVs that kind of curved a little bit in the corners? That's what they've done. And I think it's so good. And then you've got the cassette player, and that is so detailed that you also have that little bit of red tape that you see there it is. You see it every now and again, and it's so good. And then on this screen, where it's all digital, where you can see the time and stuff, you can even see the shadow of the digital bits that aren't quite fully lit up at the time. It's so well thought about. They've thought about every detail of this thing. And this is just wonderfully intuitive. I mean, it's going to be nice and efficient. You can expect up to 5.2 miles per kilowatt hour. Charging wise, it's like 10 to 80% in 24 minutes, which doesn't seem like super fast charging, but it's basically they're focusing on the charging curve rather than just peak charging, because it's only at 90 kilowatts. But that's fine. It can tow 1,200 kilograms if you go for top spec. They've absolutely nailed it. And it's really nice, from my perspective, to see VW getting it right, because they haven't in the past, have they? Let's be honest. And now they're doing it right, and that's nice. Right, rear space. Actually, not too shabby. That is set up for my driving position. I'm 5'6.5", 169 centimetres. I got you. Now I can fit my feet underneath there. Got a bit of knee room. There, nice flat floor, that's lovely because it's built as an electric car from the ground up, which we love to see. And then you've got cup holders and things like that. Now I know what you're thinking, it probably feels quite dark in here, and that's because we don't have the optional panoramic roof. Now you can opt for it if you go from the life trim upwards. So the life trim, the style trim, or eventually further down the line when the R line comes, you can opt for a nice panny roof. Then it'll feel nice and open and airy back here, which is wonderful. You can also opt for other things like massaging seats that you can get in the front, and he can give you a lovely massage and he won't ask for anything in return. It's nice. So I think that went well. Date number 4. I'm staying another night. It's let me go on top this time. I'm looking forward to taking it for a ride. So make sure you subscribe and stuff to Electrifying. And is your brother coming this weekend or